galleries and art studios. And so I think just in general, beyond caring about the work at Gladden House, I think there's something special about this area. I don't think there's a lot of areas like this in Columbus or around Columbus. And are you guys already in the portion where you're talking about the history of Franklinton? Mm-hmm. So does everybody know by now that Franklinton was the original capital of Ohio? Okay. Yes. There you go. Of course, your research is watertight. So I was a writer for many years. I like my job as editor-in-chief. I really enjoyed, I think, interacting with artists, business people, like people that had a vision, people that had an idea. And I never thought about going into nonprofit work, but now I'm development director, which is helping to, I guess, be a liaison for projects like this, raising money, telling our story better. So I feel like my job is kind of also what this group is doing, right? I mean, it's a narrative, it's storytelling, it's kind of having a vision, for telling that story and bringing more people kind of into that story. So yeah, I'm really excited when I get to come down here and talk to y'all, and that's also like a big reason why I'm at Gladden. And that's a perfect way to hand off to Nick.
Sure, so Nick Bankston, glad to meet you guys. So I work with Travis over at Gladden, president and CEO there, but also have the honor of serving you all on Columbus City Council. So I'm a Columbus kid, born and raised. I love Columbus, and I'm really excited about the work that you all are doing. So at Gladden, I think what attracted me, similar to what Travis was saying, is really the intersection. I think the timing that we are in Franklinton and the evolution of the community, and how do human services and social services agencies like Gladden play a role in that redevelopment of a neighborhood, right? Understanding that we talk about neighborhoods, we talk about community as physical infrastructure, but really it's the people, right, that make up those places. And so regardless of what this neighborhood may become, there's always gonna be people in need. But then also we see ourselves as a glue of how do we bridge the gap between this thing that we talk about, residents that have been here for decades and new residents that are coming in, the up and coming arts and culture scene with that of what was, right, industrial and that kind of thing, and really bridging those gaps. Because what I believe, and I think what you guys are doing is so important, it really comes down to community. Neighborhood is geography, right? Neighborhood is a place, it is a set of streets, but community is people and connection, right? And telling that story and being able to break down those barriers that so much that we see. We talk about poverty, and that is our goal at Gladden, is to eliminate poverty. But really, we do that by making sure that we are strengthening families and empowering the community. And so one of the things when we talk about it is, yes, there is the financial side to poverty. We know what those barriers are: jobs and money, housing, all these types of things. But there's also the social side, which is how are we breaking down those barriers of culture, of class, of education, right? And really creating a place where community can come together. And that's really what my longer vision for Gladden is. And so really, when opportunities like this come up for us, we've been hands off, if you notice, right? Because it was really more about you all. This wasn't about Gladden and our programming. They came to us because of our partnership through the settlement houses. And you all have met everybody over at Central Community House and Transit Arts. But we knew that this isn't what we do, right, at Gladden. But we know it was a benefit to our community and to the people in this community. So AJ raised her hand, and we're excited about that. Eric, who still ain't got me my fried chicken and beer, but I'm waiting.
Festival's coming up.
And so these folks raised their hand, and so it was an opportunity for us to bring this to the neighborhood. And so I'm excited to work with you guys to hear more about the project. And I think we're hosting it at Gladden, right? The final project?
Yeah, part of it is, right, if you guys wanted to talk about all of that, we wanted to talk about some logistics.
Sure.
We did have a few concerns, right, about, yes.
Okay, we'll work it out.
Yeah.
Whatever you guys need, we'll make sure that the doors are open and welcome to you guys. But thank you for what you're doing for Gladden. Thank you for what you're doing for this community and really taking this project seriously, because I think that it's a catalyst. Really not just a one-time thing. I think it's a catalyst, and you all are leading the way. So I'm really excited for what you're going to do. Side note, I guess I was somewhat of an artist. I was in marching band, so I consider myself a percussionist. And so my art, my art of choice is music.